right.
So we just started this fire, and I've got some wood in there. I think it's all going to catch. And what we're going to do, now there's a little smoke coming off. That smoke will end here shortly. And then I start putting more. Now, this is my old barrel. This is why metal doesn't work. See this? That's what happens to metal and heat from the process of pyrolysis. Charcoal is made in 2 stages: combustion with oxygen, pyrolysis without oxygen. Now, we're not quite there yet. I see a little smoke coming out. Let me add to it.
Is we going to have a fire inside of Brazil City limits?
No, it's not.
So, do you normally do it in these metal? Is that?
I've done it usually with metal, but now I'm moving on to a pit.
A pit,
This
okay.
pit isn't adequate. The pit doesn't work very well. This works well in some situations. Another pit would work better, but this soil is so wet so much of the year that this isn't a good place. I did it in Minnesota here last year, and a year ago now, and there was enough clay in the soil. The fire made a ceramic out of the pit.
So then you could reuse that and reuse it, or
The pit?
Yes,
pit?
absolutely.
Oh.
Where do you get this barrel size?
Grease comes in that
Okay.
from the service people,
Okay.
the automotive people. I'm going to put some big ones in.
So, are you kind of experimenting and doing this in these kinds of containers because you don't accumulate enough, like, build up in the fireplace that you can save and stuff like that?
That's
Okay.
different.
Totally different.
Do
It's
it
not
again?
charcoal.
Say that again. I didn't catch all of that.
She thinks that
The,
it's
chunks of charcoal wood look the same as what we used to take out of our trash burner and put in the garden.
Well, did you separate the charcoal from the ash?
Yeah.
What?
Well, they used to.
I've never known
my
anyone to do
folks
that.
used to sift it out in the bigger chunks.
And put them back in the fire.
Well,
But she's
but
saying,
some of
could
it
you
was
use it?
saved for the garden. I'm just wondering if
saved for the
there's
garden.
if you're going for quantity here with this kind of a setup, and for those who maybe don't need as much, they could do it a different way. That's what I'm asking.
Yes, I've made it in very small fires,
Yeah.
and it can be made in a stove. But you have to damp the stove down, but you have to make sure. See, I got too much wood in there right now because there's a little smoke coming off of this. Kind of see it come out over there. That's the moisture, and oil's coming out of the wood. There's not enough coal, but she's getting hot now. Got you scared.
Sandy's right. This is the safest place to stand.
Yeah.
This is the warmest place. So part of the problem is putting too much wood in and having smoke. And yes, you can make charcoal in a fireplace, but separate the charcoal from the ash. And that's the first time I've heard of anyone of 50 years ago. What?
That's the first time you've heard of anyone who's done this.
Yeah. Now you see. Now we're getting the fire.
Whoa.
Now, at some point, will you take the oxygen away?
You know, actually not. It takes away itself. Embers fall on embers. There's so much heat down there that excludes the oxygen from going down to the lower level of embers. Embers cover embers.
Okay, so there's no way for air to come in through the bottom.
There
and
is right now. There's several small holes around the outside because I want oxygen to go in to begin that layering process.
Okay.
Those holes should probably be larger. The fire would burn faster.
You don't cover those holes up
I
eventually?
do. That's coming.
I'm getting ahead.
So
You're not after it.
yeah. So this is a lot of just watching the fire from here on out.
Like I said, where's all the units?
Yeah.